Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup for my skin when it's a bit more textured and there's a few breakouts, scars and everything. Because of course sometimes we want to wear makeup, we have occasions to go to, we want to look our absolute best. Just so you can get a better look at my skin, this is what it's currently looking like, and I'm going to apply my makeup how I would usually do so if I'm going out. Now just a side note, if my skin is really breaking out, I wouldn't wear foundation. Like, I would just probably like spot conceal if I really want to wear makeup. I wouldn't recommend putting on this much makeup if your skin is like really active. So yeah, to start is always skin prep. I love this MERCIER blurring primer. I love their primers in general, but this one is one that I really like for my skin like this because it's blurring, it has no silicone in it, so it does a very good job at just like evening out your skin, which is what you want. So I just take this on a brush. Usually I would use my hands, but today I'm going to use a brush. I've zoomed you guys in a bit more so you can actually see what is going on my skin, and you can see the application, etc. So that's all blended in and my skin just looks like smoother already. I have quite large pores on my cheeks, not anywhere else really, just here, and that just like sinks into it and just blurs it all out. Perfect for my foundation to go on. Now the foundation I go for when I'm going out is the ESTEE Lauder Double Wear in the shade Fawn. This is it's full coverage but it's still light, and it's matte, but it still lets your skin peek through. And that's why I kind of like it. When my skin is like this, it is quite oily, so I need like a matte, oil-free, no shine kind of foundation, but I still want my skin to peek through, if that all makes sense. With this foundation, you start off very small and then you build it on. And with textured skin in general, with your makeup, you need to start off little and build it up, like, because if you keep adding, it will just make your skin look worse. So start off light, thin layers, and if you need more coverage, just add more. Now usually I would apply this with a beauty blender and roll on the foundation, but I don't actually know where it is, so I'm going to use a brush, and I'm going to use like a flat brush to kind of blend that and pat that in, not really rub, just like. You can already see like instantly how it basically makes my skin look like there's nothing there. Now I would say if you have dry skin, like if your skin is very dry, then don't use this foundation because it can be a bit drying because it has no oil. Now this is my problem area, so I'm going to show you how the foundation works on it. Also, another side note, you have to work like quite fast, not fast, but you need to make sure you blend this foundation very well because it doesn't really like sink into the skin immediately. It's not one of those foundations, so you need to really work it in to make sure you have a really flawless finish. So that is my foundation done, and I feel like on my skin right now it doesn't need to set, like I don't need to use a powder, but if I was to use a powder, like I'd use it all over with like a fluffy brush, and I'd use the MERCIER, but today I'm not going to do that because it feels like it doesn't need it. So I'm going to move on to concealer, and the concealer I really love is the Clinique Even Better concealer. It's like a moussey, like hydrating concealer, but it kind of dries down matte. So it's a weird texture, but it's really nice if you don't want like a shiny, hydrated look. You kind of want a matte but natural finish. Just going to take a little bit of that just to even out my under eye. Also, this concealer is very buildable, so you can definitely build the coverage. I just went with a very thin layer because I don't really want to cover a lot. Next, on to contouring or bronzing, you could say, but I don't really like to bronze when my skin is textured, so I'd say this is contouring. And I just like to just go around the perimeter of my face, just the usual stuff, with this Clinique Chubby stick, which is now currently my favorite. And I just like to do a bit of this wherever I feel it needs to go. Again, I would preferably use a sponge for this, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to take a like flat brush and just work this in. So at this point I'm actually going to set my skin with the Rare Beauty setting spray, just to like set everything so far basically so it doesn't move. Then for blush, we still need to use blush when our skin is textured. So I like to use a cream blush. I also like to use a cream contour and bronzer if I was using it, because I feel like that just looks best on textured skin. I don't know why. If I had like a good cream foundation, I think I'd probably use a cream foundation too. But cream products in general, I just feel like they look the best. So I'm going to take this NARS Air Matte Blush in the shade Rush. And as we know, our blemishes and stuff are like a reddy tone. So I feel like this shade is like the perfect shade. In case they do peek through, it still kind of looks very natural. What I like to do is, and for any cream product this is the same, I like to warm up the product on my hands first, because I feel like that's just how you need to use creams, because it warms it up, it blends better, and it just works better. After I warm that up, I'm actually going to place this with my fingers today, and then I'll blend it out with a brush. So I just like to very lightly apply that, and it already just looks so beautiful. I love it. I go quite high with this, as always, with any blush I ever do. And then like slowly come onto my cheek. Then I just blend this out with a brush, and it's just so easy. And these blushes by NARS are just so gorgeous. I have like most of the shades because I feel like they are such a good formula, and the pigment is just gorgeous. Now, I'm not a really huge fan of highlighters. Like sometimes I do skip them and I don't even notice that I skipped them. But if you do want to use a highlighter, then a cream again is your best bet. And I absolutely love this Lancome Ultra Wear Stick. It's in the shade Intense Gold. It looks like this. It's like a champagne-y gold colour. I'm actually going to use it today so I can show you how I use it. Again, I just like to warm it up on my skin, and I love stick like cream products because it's just easier to use. So I just apply that on my skin. You can see already how insane that colour is. So I'm going to use the smallest amount and really concentrate where I'm focusing this product on, because I don't want it to go on top of any blemishes and it like highlight the blemishes and the texture. So I'm going to be really specific about where I put this. Usually I'm not, but for this I am. I'm going to take this brush, take a small amount, test it. Yep, that's a lot of product already. And then I'm just going to focus on the high points and blend simultaneously the smallest amount, guys. Like, you don't need a lot. You can see how lovely and airbrushed that highlighter is. If you have any extra, just apply it on the center of your skin just to give a healthy glow. And one final time, we're gonna set again. So yeah guys, this is the finished look. This is what my skin looks like after using all of those products. I hope you guys remember that this is not like my everyday routine. Like, this is if I'm really like trying to look my best. I wouldn't do this every day because my skin would not be able to handle it. But yeah, I absolutely love how my skin and my makeup is looking. It just looks very healthy, and it's crazy to think how powerful makeup truly is, because like this is just a few products. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!